And thank you thank you very much, Congressman Keating. I now recognize myself, and I'm so grateful for the leadership of Chairman Mike McCall and Ranking Member Greg Meeks. You can see this is bipartisan support by our leadership to expose to the American people, to the Russian people, the murderous atrocities of war criminal Putin. Additionally, indeed, it's unprecedented, really, how bipartisan this is with Congressman Keating and myself and the others who are here today in support of the people of Ukraine for victory. To the survivors of war criminal Putin's mass murder and Prosecutor General Kostin, thank you for being here today. Also, I want to thank Ambassador Oksana Markarova, who has been so effective for the people of Ukraine here in Washington. Your testimony is critical to exposing the heinous acts of war criminal Putin. As chairman of the Helsinki Commission, I was grateful to lead House Resolution 154, recognizing Putin atrocities in Ukraine as genocide, with Ranking Member Steve Cohen. The litany of war crimes, including the forced kidnapping, raping, murdering of Ukrainian children, dictates that we call these actions what they are, genocide. This war, General, is being recorded as no other war has been before. Through videos, cell phones, drones, open source intelligence, satellites, and other digital sources, photographs and reporting are being disseminated through social media, including Telegram. Additionally, with barcode on military equipment for the courageous people of Ukraine, American taxpayers can be assured that there is a tracking of the equipment so that it's not diverted. Intentional diversion can be avoided. International organizations and NGOs are collecting information and evidence and using also artificial intelligence, using facial recognition software for the military who are committing atrocities. What opportunities and challenges do these technologies pose? How can evidence be stored to ensure that it's not corrupted or altered?
Thank you. Thank you, Congressman Wilson, for your strong support, and thank you for your question. We return to the issue of how to use all the evidences which are collected electronically and which are stored in different places at the moment, how to use them as a matter of evidence, and how not to lose the cases where we have evidences which are collected on electronically. We have procedures that allow us to use the electronically collected evidences as a matter of evidence in criminal cases. Of course, it's usually should be supported by other evidences collected. We have the cases where only because there were cameras still operating, we have identified perpetrators of the war crimes committed. When Chairman McCall was in Bucha, we showed the video of the case where people were trying to evacuate on 25th of February. And because of the camera still operating, we identified all of the perpetrators, all of the servicemen of Russian army. It was not easy because you couldn't just use this camera, which is not with a very high quality. But when we tried to use other elements of open source intelligence information, when we looked through their internet.
In general, I want to point out, too, with the facial recognition, you can identify the soldiers, and then you'll be able to identify the chain of command.
Yes.
The chain of command, and the Russian military needs to know that they will be prosecuted. A final question for me. Putin's shameful disinformation claims that reports of crimes are faked. The mass murder and rape of Ukrainian women and children by Putin troops is well documented, as you've said. What more can be done for the international community to counter Putin's disgusting narrative? Do you think that the Russian public will ever believe that the crimes were really created and carried out by Russian forces? And On my many visits to Russia, I was so impressed by the people I met there. They're so talented, and I just had such high hopes for the people of Russia. Sadly, though, this week I joined with the Washington Post supporting the Russian patriot Vladimir Kara-Murza for fighting for a free Russia. How can we communicate with the people of the world, but particularly maybe the people of Russia?
First, I will answer the first question about the evidences of atrocious war crimes. What we did, starting from the appearance in Bucha, we immediately invited and asked all world-known media to join our first police and special forces when they entered the city. We did the same when we liberated Kharkiv region. And as soon as we get information about mass grave in Izium, we didn't dig these mass graves before all journalists who wanted to be present come. And this was done in presence. So this is the best evidence for the world that everything which we are telling is true. For the second question, I'm sorry, was about?
How can we appeal to the people of Russia the truth? And I think, and you just answered it.